Hello, everybody. I'm here with my colleague. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Scott Ramon. I'm the art teacher for secondary and DP at XLIS.
Thank you. We will talk about technology today, and I have a few questions for you. So the first one is, how do you integrate technology in your classroom?
So I'm very much into interdisciplinary studies and working with past and future approaches in art making. Technology is critical, so I allow students to use their phones, their laptops, have devices open continuously, also for research and for basically making art too.
And what are your reasons for wanting to use technology in teaching?
We need to use technology. Just because we don't like students potentially playing games or doing other types of things, it's here to stay, and it's getting more and more advanced every day. I mean, we're probably talking about AI, ChatGPT, things that are completely changing the world of art and design.
Are there any challenges teachers and students face in using technology?
I think the thing that, there's misconceptions on both sides, which are problems. I think one really big issue is not standardizing technology, where you can't help a student because you don't know what kind of platform they're using. They're using something that's free on freeware, or again, they cannot access what you're providing them.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Does technology help educators to apply differentiation and a more student-centered approach?
For me, I have some students who are scared of drawing and they use digital technology to help them through. I have people that have found out that they can actually make sound art and music just using their phones. So I think that's pretty incredible.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. And what do you think about ChatGPT?
There's part of it that scares me. I mean, I do really like it. I'm a writer. I'm also a poet. So I actually have had it do poetry. And it's really hard to tell. There is a level of sincerity that is a little scary. I'm worried about how far people will take that. I think it could be a crutch. It's nice, though, when you can kind of develop a skeleton, an outline, and then go from there and use it, especially if you're in a rush and you're really busy. But again, I'm worried about people eventually just writing books with ChatGPT, know?
And do you think that ChatGPT is going to evolve?
Yes. I think it's, I don't know. It's already evolved. I mean, I think it's just going to, it's really interesting because we look at ideas of plagiarism and the copying of other text. ChatGPT can't be detected when you do that. And, I have had students who've gone from like 40% plagiarism down to 3% in 2 weeks. And I know that it's because of ChatGPT. So that worries me. It does worry me.
Oh, wow. But so do you think that because of ChatGPT, perhaps the classrooms and the way of teaching are going to change?
Yes, I think it'll have to. It'll be if we value writing as a society, as a species, I think we have to learn how to adapt. With AI, there's a lot of artists that are going out of business because people are just typing in 5 words, coming up with beautiful artwork and designs, and selling that. When other individuals who have degrees, who've been working on a piece maybe for 3 months, haven't gotten paid yet. So again, it's very concerning as far as how it's again, there's a level where we have to adapt, and we have to actually do it very quickly because it's starting to adapt quicker than we are.
Mm-hmm. And is there any positive way we can use it in the classroom?
Again, I think especially for English as second language, I think showing them structures. There's a lot of interesting ways of tweaking and working around GPT, and coming up with parameters. And I think it's interesting, doing it as a class, experimenting with it. It's a tool, just like everything else that we use. I mean, there was a time where people thought, cameras were bad. And then it turned into video cameras were bad.
Wikipedia was bad.
Wikipedia was bad. I mean, again, there's social media is bad. But again, we evolve and we have to adapt to this and figure out how to use it.
Okay. And what are some of the most useful apps for teachers?
I mean, for me, I'm mainly working with, with art and design types of tools, right? Okay, so, there's a lot of free sketchbook apps that you can have on your phone. You can have a portable entity with you constantly. There's no excuse not to journal. I personally like when I see people using Instagram and other social media as a journal, so I think that, and that's, I think at where we're at right now, a lot of people don't like to do journaling and diaries, but technically when you're looking at, like, again, Instagram and other things such as that capture visual information, they're diaries, so it's kind of cool. So I think that the more apps you have that you can play around with, I mean, there are things you can adapt to the classroom that you'd never think you could do, So there's a program I have where it allows you to, how do you set up an exhibition, and you just do it on your phone, and you can move walls around and, try different types of things. So it's again, I think there's a lot of positive aspects in relationship to apps. And like I said, you just got to jump in and try to, maybe try a couple apps a week or so,
Yeah, that's interesting. And how can we work with parents to get students to use technology responsibly?
I think parents should not ignore it at home. I actually love video games, and my kid is a video game designer, and we don't look at games as a way of, like, we use it as another form of storytelling. So I think parents getting more involved in all aspects of their kids' lives, and not letting them abuse technology. So thinking about it as a way that, how do we use it as a family? How do we use it in the classroom?
Okay. The last question is, how can we use technology in assessment?
Well, again, I think that's something that's going to be changing and adapting a lot. I mean, for me, visually, I have a lot of source material. I can give students multiple source materials. For assessment, I feel sometimes if students aren't using the technology, I'm frowning a little bit down on them. It's like I remember have to go to the library and go through a card catalog, and then try to go find the book, which was usually checked out. So, I mean, now you can just have information at your fingertips, and you can have videos. You can, I'm sorry, but the assessment. Again, I'm not sure yet. But again, I think, I do assess students in regards to sometimes their lack of involvement and use of technology when they're doing their work or when they're doing their research.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, no problem.